got the debut album, Solitary, is just under a month away now. It'll be less by the time this video goes up. It's very exciting. The singles that have been released so far, they're pure, just aggressive, in-your-face death metal. It's just great to hear. It's very lively music, you know. And one of the things I like is the title of the album itself, because it can mean so many different things in the current climate. Can you tell me what your meaning of the Solitary is for this album?
The song Solitary, which later became the title track of the album, is definitely also, but not only, directed at the current situation. But in the writing process, I mean, like, this band is new. We wrote the whole album like remotely, like we exchanged files over the internet, and we didn't sit together in a rehearsal room. But that is not so special maybe, but in a situation like that, when I mean, we all recorded ourselves, we all did the editing ourselves, we later sent it to a studio, but everyone was working on the album on their own. And so like the overall feeling of a solitary person, like also in the social life and in the work field, and everything felt so alone and singular during that whole time. And so like it was only natural that it found its way into my lyrics, and that the whole feeling was kind of there. The song Solitary and also the whole album has some dark places, but it also, you will always find a light at the end of the tunnel. You will always find a kind of positive, or the positive outlook, or like you will find yourself in situations where your personal strength makes you overcome things. So this is like, you have the problem here, but there's also always a solution. So we don't leave the listener hanging there. It's not total destruction, only a little bit.
I think that's a pretty good summary of death metal as a whole. It's obviously death metal. It can be very dark, and it can be very not miserable, but not always the happiest of places. But at the same time, it is fun. If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't listen to it. It's not funeral doom metal, for example. It's so it's a great summary of the music itself as well. Like I say, the music itself is very enjoyable, as well as being very, very heavy. And on that note as well, you've done 2 music videos thus far, for Title Track and Under Fire, of course. What was it like recording these videos? Did you have to deal with any restrictions or anything like that, given the current situation?
Yeah, actually, we recorded the first video last year in August, so there were not that high restrictions. That was all back then. It was all a bit more easy, and yeah, we had a good time recording the first video. It was for Under Fire. It was a very hot summer night in August, and there were a lot of flames burning around us, and we were sweating like mad, but we had a lot of fun. And yeah, the second video for Solitary, we shot this one in March, in the end of March of this year. There were some restrictions, but yeah, we took care as good as what it was possible. And yeah, we also managed to shoot this video without getting infections or something like that. As I already said, we really took a lot of care and really, yeah, made a test and all this. And yeah, it all went good. And yeah, also shooting that video was a lot of fun. We had one day to shoot the performance, and another day to do the story. We did this in a hotel, and it was a bit of funny because usually this hotel was a very big one in the city of Hanover. Usually, yeah, I would think that this hotel is visited a lot by people and was completely empty. I think we were the only persons in this very, very huge hotel, and yeah, it was a weird feeling to shoot a video in a hotel where normally so many people are, and we were very, yeah, solitary in there, fitting for the song.
Yeah, it had some shining memories coming up. You know, where they're alone in that hotel and creepy things happen. Yep.
I was just about to say about The Shining as well. As long as you didn't find anybody in the bathtub, you're okay.
We don't want to talk about that.
And do you feel that the story elements of the music videos represent the music well?
Yes, they do. I mean, the whole like the story elements or the video emerged from my weird mind. I was sitting down listening to the song over and over, and it just like it popped into my head like, why is there an astronaut in this video? I have no idea, but it just needs to be there. And then, you know, like I wrote the whole storyline down, including the astronaut and including every the weird parts that were happening. And I was expecting my bandmates to say, what's going on with you? Or are you drunk? But everyone said, that sounds really good. Let's do it like that. And I was just like, seriously? Really cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's packed of metaphors because we don't want it to be very literally. We want to leave the door open for everyone's own interpretation of the song because we think that it makes the song bigger if you feel like we're laying out a platform and we're offering many metaphors, but everyone is free to just take the metaphors and interpret it in a very personal way. Because, I mean, of course, we thought of something when we created it, but this is only one version of the song that we created, only one version of the video, only one explanation. And there can be many, many, many others. And so like it was a lot of fun to shoot that and to leave the viewers a little bit in the dark of what was going on.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to do it. I think it's like art shouldn't be limited. And I also like the idea of someone hearing the song before they see the video and then seeing the video and saying, I thought of an astronaut as well. What the fuck's going on?
That would be very creepy.
Well, you mentioned the first video you did last year in August, you said. So how long ago was the album recorded? How long have you been sat on this album?
Yeah, I think we have been working on this album starting from, I would say, like April or March, maybe, yeah, March, April, May last year. Yeah, till the end or the beginning of this year, or the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021. Yeah, and it was really intense work. It was a short span of time. As you see, it was like 10 months or something. And yeah, it was hard work, really, really intense hard work. But yeah, finally, it turned out that it was really, really good work we did, hopefully. And yeah, we liked the album a lot. And yeah, it was this intensity. Maybe one can also hear it on the album. We put really a lot of emotional energy in it concerning the songwriting and everything. And yeah, short time, but yeah, hopefully a big output.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's albums that are written in such a short period of time, I feel sound a lot different compared to albums that are written over a stretch of maybe 2 or 3 years. Because especially as a lyricist, it's when you write the lyrics, stuff happened in your life. And if it's not a conceptual album, if it's more like a personal album, like everything will automatically be like glued together in this one big pile of dough that you just made of the one dough you make a cake, the other one you make bread, but it's still made of the same dough. And this is another part that makes the album very, very dense in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely agree. I think as well, you go back like decades ago when bands were writing new albums very quickly. I mean, I think the first 2 Black Sabbath albums come out in the same year, but within about 6 or 7 months of each other. And those are different albums with different feelings, you know. So, and like you say as well, from a lyrical standpoint, you don't want to have something that you feel doesn't represent you anymore, or something you really want to say that you can't because you've gone, oh, okay, well, I've stuck with this for 3 years. I'll have to shelve this feeling. Yeah, but it's like I mean, you've heard me. I've barely stopped kissing your ass since the interview started, so it's I think job done. Obviously, there's going to be comparisons drawn between Hiraes and Dawn of Disease because it's 4 of the 5 members. I think some people might be a little bit confused why 4 of the 5 moved into a new band rather than recruiting you, Britta, as the new vocalist of Dawn of Disease.
Yeah, actually, yeah. When it comes to the split up of Dawn of Disease, I do not want to go into details, but yeah, it was. We reached a certain point where we realized that I would say some expectations and some ideas regarding this band really have diverged over time, and yeah, so we decided to start a new band and tackle a fresh start with a new band, Hiraes, and we came to the point where we searched for a new singer for this band that had no name at this time. It was, I think in the beginning of last year. And yeah, we knew Britta from her other bands, from Krippa, where she was singing before, and band Critical Mess, where she still is singing. And yeah, we just thought maybe we can ask her. And fortunately, she was willing to become the singer of the band. And yeah, when she joined the band afterward, this band became Hiraes. So we did not have a name before, and it was not like, okay, we're Hiraes and we are looking for a singer. It was just like we are the 4 remaining members of Dawn of Disease, and we are looking for a singer to start a new band. Yeah, as I already said, it's really a new band. It's not that we continue Dawn of Disease just with a different singer. Hiraes is really a new one, and yeah, Britta joined us, and we are far beyond happy to have her on the microphone, and really look forward to everything that comes in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, from what I've heard, it seems like a perfect combination, and it must feel gratifying for yourself as well. It must feel like a rebirth, or just feel like a weight off your shoulder to have this new creation go forward with that. And I was also wondering, Britta, how you plan to balance Hiraes with your other bands as well.
Well, we will see that. I mean, at the moment, there's nothing really happening in the live sector, so this is easy peasy. One band like Critical Mess, we're all living in Hanover and we rehearse regularly. Like Hiraes, we don't live in the same place, so we only rehearse for shows. We get together, like next Saturday, for example, to rehearse for a show, and we will see how that goes. But since both bands are addressing quite a different genre, like Critical Mass is like full-on death metal and Hiraes is melodic death metal, I don't think that like from a standpoint of art, from an artistic standpoint, they do not overlap. I found that out, and very relieving actually when I wrote the lyrics for Hiraes, because it triggered a different area in my brain. So it was very easy to say, okay, this is by far not a Critical Mass lyric, this is Hiraes, and then I'm writing Critical Mass stuff, and it's absolutely clear that this is not fitting Hiraes. So from that standpoint, it's very clear. And regarding live, I'm not worried about that. It's, sometimes it can be tricky when you play in 2 bands, but on the other hand, like it's like first come, first serve. Unless there is a big tour against a single show of the other band, then you just have to sit together and talk. But I don't know, like we cross that bridge when we get to it. That's
like you say, it's difficult to kind of take in those logistics and things like that when touring isn't really on the table. So.
Yeah, we're planning a lot in the background, and like it's this situation where as a band you have options to do like really, really exciting things. You can't talk about it, and then some of them might probably happen, some of them won't, but there's no one to share your disappointment with when something that you haven't talked about is not happening. It's just like, oh. So we really cross our fingers, and that the whole situation will allow us to play live. So that's
The other thing there as well is that you don't want to announce something and then it doesn't happen, and then you get some dick behind the keyboard going, you said this was going to happen.
Yeah, and like people are probably really fed up with shows that don't happen, so we don't want to put that burden on them. Like I know I am fed up with it.
Yeah, but they're starting to come back very slowly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I get the feeling Germany handled the situation a lot better than the UK and the USA. So hopefully we'll be shows back in Germany and Switzerland and places like that soon.
Yeah, hopefully the whole world will just recover from that, like both health-wise and also like, I don't know, society-wise. How can you
Yeah.
say that? But yeah, that's a different topic.
Obviously, the album is being released through Napalm Records. I guess I was going to say, oh, it's only over the border in Austria, but I don't think Hanover is anywhere near Austria. Although my German geography is not very good. Neither is my English, but there you go. And of course, the rest of the band aren't in Hanover. Is it Osnabrück you're in?
Yeah, we're a bit spread it across the northern part of Germany. Our drummer is living close to Hamburg and some close to Osnabrück. I'm living in another small town, and yeah, but the northern part of Germany is our hood.
Yeah. Well, there you go then. You're closer to Denmark than Austria. But nonetheless, you've got a label that speaks a common language, and they're fast becoming one of the most prominent metal record labels out there as well. There's so many bands signing with Napalm, right? Destruction just signed with Napalm, all those kind of things. So how is it for you to release this album through Napalm Records?
Yeah, for us, it's really a great opportunity. We also, when Dawn of Disease was still existing, we also had Napalm Records as a partner on our side. And so, yeah, it was the easiest way and also a good way for us to continue the work with them. And yeah, Napalm, as you already said, it's really a growing label and it becomes bigger and bigger. And yeah, it's really good to have such a strong partner on our side. Napalm Records really has lots of different bands, and we also signed with the booking agency of Napalm Records with Napalm Events, and also there we have a strong partner, so that we really look forward to the future, not only for releasing this album but also maybe the next album and also the album after that. We're also planning for the future a bit, and also Napalm Events, we hope that we can finally hit the stage somewhere in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the strangest thing, is that you've got this new album, new band and everything, and that, as best I know, you haven't played a show yet. So.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But it felt great the other day when we had our very first rehearsal. It just felt great to blast it loud in the rehearsal room and to get that energy. I mean, like we were meeting for like 9 hours and rehearsed a lot. And everyone was very, very tired afterwards. But I also I stepped out the rehearsal room and I was like feeling this rush of energy of like just being in the same room with more than one person at the same time for 9 hours straight. It was just a highlight of my week.
Awesome. Just finally then, as you say, you don't really want to announce too much in terms of plans and things like that because everything can go awry. But have you got anything further in place to promote the album? Do you have any more videos on the way or anything like that?
Yeah, we do have one more single to come out right before the album. I think it's in 2 weeks, like mid-June. The next single will drop. We already shot a video for that and are currently giving feedback to the producer of the video. So it turned out really, really, really nice. And I don't wanna tell any secrets here yet, but it captured great moments of us as a band, and I think people will enjoy that. And also it marks like another corner of where Hiraes is musically located. Like we have these 2 singles out, and the last single that will come out is the perfect song to round up the idea that Hiraes is about so far.
Very good. Looking forward to it. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me today. I really do appreciate it. And I wish you every success with the album. I mean, just from what I've heard so far, it's going to be a stormer. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of it.
Thank you so much. And thanks for your support, Oliver. It was really nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen und gute Nacht.
Yeah.